Hi there everyone, and welcome to another episode of The Kaz. Today we are going to go up to the Satellite of Love and unbox and review the Funko Pop Crow T-Robot and Tom Servo from Mystery Science Theater 3000, or MST3K, as the Misties like to call it. A little bit of background. Mystery Science Theater 3000 was a show that I loved watching on Comedy Central and the Sci-Fi Channel back in the 90s. It started back in 1988 in Minneapolis. The premise of the show was that in the not-too-distant future, next Sunday AD, there were a couple of guys named Joel and Mike, not too different from you or me. So it was created by a guy by the name of Joel Hodgson. He had these robots on a space station that orbited the Earth, and his bosses that lived down in Gizmonic Institute would send them cheesy B movies. There's Joel, who was the first one to host the show for a few years, and then there was Mike Nelson. They both had to sit and watch really bad B movies, usually B horror movies, B science fiction movies. They would also watch some 1950s, 1960s era public service announcements, movies that they would show in schools, and they would just sit in a theater and make fun of the movies, riff on the movies. Let's get to it. Let's unbox these. I'll start with Crow here. Now, his Crow T-Robot was a golden robot, and he had arms and legs. They're all puppets on the show, just so you know. He had arms and legs that I guess he could actually move himself. He could walk around himself. Let's go here. Oh, that's nice. Let's put Crow over here. As we do this, let's take out a box here. Crow had a like a hockey mask, like a lacrosse type of mask, basket on the back of his head here, and he had a plastic bowling pin for a mouth that was cut in half, and it was like a beak here. Well, this is nice. Looks like he has a hole here for a stand. The stand here. It's really nice. This was a really funny show, especially for somebody like me that likes low-budget movies from the 50s and 60s and 70s. And they would sit and just make fun of the movies. Basically, they were making fun of being forced to watch these movies. Put the stand under Crow here. So that's that. And he rests like that. Nice. Okay. Let's do Tom. I'll show you the box here on Tom Servo. Forgot to show it on Crow here, but here's Tom's. So in the box here you have a Crow T-Robot and Tom Servo, and this is what it pretty much looked like. All the episodes you had Tom and Crow on either side of either Mike or Joel, and they would be watching a movie. This is like a theater. Actually, behind the scenes it was just a cardboard cutout of seats here that they sat in front of. Tom's side of Tom's box here, the top. I'll show you Crow's really quick here. This is the front. There's the side, and the back, and the side. There we go there. Put Crow in front of Crow's box. And unbox Tom here. The thing about the difference between Tom and Crow, one of them is that the way that they would move around. Crow has legs that they established. He would walk around puppet-like. Tom has this little hover skirt here. He would hover around like that. The thing about him though was that I guess Mike and Joel had to carry him around, because if they didn't, it was established in the first episode that Mike Nelson was in. There was a vent over the entrance of the theater, so Tom couldn't fly over that, and they had to explain that in an episode. That's why Mike and Joel had to carry Tom around. Now Tom, as you can see, has a bubblegum dispenser head here and a barrel body. He had spring arms and little static hands here that really didn't do anything, but they're more like slinky arms. This is really, I like this. It's really cute. This is really cute rendition of Tom Servo. And just to let you know, this box says a Netflix original series on it, right at the top there. I haven't seen it. I'm resistant to it because I'm not a real big fan of Patton Oswalt, but I guess Patton Oswalt and some people have remade Mystery Science Theater 3000. It's on Netflix now, but I'm a pretty old school type of person, and I only want to watch the original ones with Joel and Mike, not whoever the new guy is. I haven't watched it. Not really in the mood for watching the new one, but who knows? Maybe I'll break down and watch it someday, but I'm thinking pretty much not. So there you have it. You have Tom Servo and Crow T-Robot Funko Pops. These are really cute renditions of the originals. Really, if you're a fan of this show, I would recommend getting these to have in your collection. I think I will have these as bookends or little things to put in front of my DVD copies of some Mystery Science Theater 3000 episodes that I have. It'll be funny. I'm not sure if they would do it, but it'd be funny to have a Gypsy or even a Cambot versions. Maybe have Cambot with a mirror, the way that he's portrayed in the beginning of the episodes. I just want to say I'm really glad that Funko has basically, I'm not sure if they learned from their mistakes or they learned from complaints of fans like me, but I'm glad that they're including these little bases with some of their bipedal pops. Crow here seems to have a good footprint. He has a very wide stance here. Probably could stand up on his own. He could stand up on his own fine. That's no big deal. Probably doesn't even need the stand, but I know with some of the pops, I know I've said it before, but with the Dark Crystal pops of Kira and Jen, they basically fall over anytime a breeze hits them, a little bump hits them. But Crow pretty much stands up on his own, but it's really nice that Funko has been including these bases here so that they can be popped on, so they can stand and not have to worry about being jostled, and can't even think of him falling over now. But yeah, I'm just glad that they've been including these little bases. It probably doesn't cost them by a fraction of a penny to put it in, to include it. Nice addition to these pops that could be a little too top heavy and fall over. Thanks for watching this episode of The Kaz. Please do your liking and subscribing of this channel. Thanks again for coming, and I will see you later. Thanks. Bye.